gird herself with strength, and strengthen her arms. She shall taste when her gain is good. Her lamp does not go out by night. She shall stretch out her hands to the distaff, and her hand shall hold the spindle. She shall extend her hand to the poor, and she shall reach out her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of snow for her household, for all her household is dressed in scarlet. She shall make tapestry for herself. She is dressed in fine linen and purple. Her husband is known in the gates, when he sits among the elders of the land. She shall make fine linen and sell them, and shall give girdles for merchants. Strength and splendor are her garments, and she rejoices in time to come. She shall open her mouth with wisdom, and on her tongue is the Torah of loving commitment. She watches over the ways of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children shall rise up and call her blessed. Her husband too, and he praises her. Many daughters have done nobly, but you have risen over them all. Loveliness is deceptive and prettiness is vain. A woman who fears Yah is to be praised. Give her the fruit of her hands, and let her works praise her in the gates. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. So I wanted to go over this chapter here, because it's just, it touches so much of what Yah expects of us, how Yah expects us as women to be. And so we see in the scriptures where it says, wives, be subject to your husbands, that we are to be good to our husbands. It also tells us in Proverbs 18:22 that whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing. So when a man finds a wife, he's expecting for his wife to be virtuous. He's expecting for his wife to be righteous. A man of Yah, anyway, is expecting his wife to be virtuous. He's expecting his wife to be morally good, to be excellent. He's expecting to be able to trust in his wife and trust that she's not going to do him harm or do him evil. He's going to expect that she's going to be submissive to him. And I don't mean as like a slave or a servant, but I mean she's going to be there for his every need. She's going to be there to lift him up. She's going to be his helpmeet. Okay, so this is what a man of Yah expects from a wife. He's expecting a modest wife, a wife that is chaste, a wife that loves Yah, that fears Yah, that has a burning desire to serve Yah, that wants what's right for her family, that looks out for her family. And I see the scriptures here where it says that she shall seek wool and flax. She shall build a vineyard with the money she makes. And a lot of women, when they take the scriptures, the virtuous women, they take it as if you have to be this woman that has a business and you're doing good for yourself and you're successful and whatnot. That's not what a virtuous woman entails. And you can end up stressing yourself out, frustrating yourself, trying to be all the above, when Yah only gives us what we can handle. Now, I'm not saying that you can't be successful. You can't have your own small business and be good and do good things for yourself. But just know that what is most important to Yah is being a Yah-fearing woman. Being a woman that is a believer in the Torah, and she keeps the Torah 100%. Okay, down to the T. She has faith in Yah. She has trust in Yah. She teaches her children. Okay, she teaches her children and raises her children up to be women or men of Yah. Okay, and that is her duty. Okay, she is humble. She is charitable. Okay, she is giving. Okay, and so the business part, that's where you would want to pray to Yah about that part, as far as seeking a field and buying it. In this time of age, maybe we would have been able to purchase land and whatnot back in the ancient times if we were or maybe now if we were well off to be able to purchase land and do whatever. But right now, what's most important is putting our trust in Yah and working on our character as women, because a lot of us, we get into marriages and whatnot, and we don't know, we have no idea we have no clue on what it is that we're doing. And so it's very important to understand our role as women, and don't give yourself that title as being virtuous if you have not accomplished those characteristics, if you have not applied those characteristics to your life. A woman that fears Yah, and believes in his Torah and teaches her children to follow Yah, that is a virtuous woman to me. Okay, the stuff of as far as having her seeking a land and buying it, that's things that can come later down the line. But right now, what is most important is seeking Yah, because Yah he gives you little by little, piece by piece. He doesn't drop everything on you all at once. He's not going to do that. He gives you exactly what you can handle. And so he doesn't give us too much. He doesn't let us bite off too much, especially if he knows that we can't handle too much. Okay, we can't handle a whole lot. So there's only specific things that we can handle. Just take it one step at a time. The first step is understanding the character, the character of being virtuous, the character of the fruits of the Spirit, understanding that you have to change your character, your character inside first before you can go about accomplishing other things. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be successful and wanting to be a businesswoman. There's nothing wrong with that. But however you choose to take care of your family, however you take care of your family is still righteous in the sight of Yah. Whether you own your own business or whether you have a regular job, but you get paid good money and all that money goes into your family. Now, if you have a good job and then you decide that I want to start my own business on the side, then that's perfectly fine as well. All praises to you, and give all the honor. I'll give all the honor to you. But understand that the most important part of being virtuous is being righteous, because that's what virtuous means. Virtuous means it's just another word for righteous. And I wanted to go over the definitions as well. The definition of virtuous, which is morally excellent, showing virtue, having or showing virtue, righteous, chaste. And the synonyms are moral, decent, ethical, honest, honorable, just, nice, right, righteous, right-minded, straight, true, upright, good. So when Yah is speaking about virtuous, being virtuous, it didn't say anything about having your own business. It didn't say anything about having your own land. It didn't say anything about that. It says to be moral, to be decent, ethical, honest, honorable, to be an honest woman, an honorable woman, a decent woman, a just woman, a nice woman, a right woman, a righteous woman, right-minded. That means you have to be right in the head, not foolish, not a foolish woman, because scriptures tell men not to deal with a foolish woman. So it says to be right. Virtuous means to be right-minded. So you have to be right in the mind. Straight, true, upright, good. So that is what virtuous means. That is what it means to be virtuous. And I also looked up the definition of moral, which it says concerning what is right and wrong in human behavior, of or relating to principles of right and wrong behavior, ethical, capable of right and wrong action. So that means being moral means that you know the difference between good and bad. You know the difference. You know the differences between good and bad behavior. That's what it means to be moral. I also looked up the word vain, which says too proud of your own appearance, abilities, achievements, etc., having no real value, idle, worthless. And the synonyms are futile. And the reason why I wrote down vain is because in the King James Version, in Proverbs 31, towards, I think it's verse 30, and it says, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman who feareth the Most High, she shall be praised. So it's saying there, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain. So right here, Yah is saying that your beauty is worthless. Okay, it's unprofitable. It's futile. Okay, it's idle. It has no real value. So your outward appearance does not matter. Okay, Yah looks at the inward parts. If your inward parts aren't right, then you might as well be ugly on the outside. Okay, Yah is searching for that inner beauty. He's not searching for the outer beauty. You can be the most beautiful woman in the world, but have the most ugliest spirit. And so we have to be careful not to be so concerned about our outer appearance and not be so full of ourselves about our outer appearance. I'm not saying not to take care of yourself, but don't take so much time being overly confident about your outward appearance. Because if anything, if I'm not right, as I say to myself a lot of times that I don't, and I say to others, my outer beauty doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is my inner beauty. The inner beauty is what matters. Being spiritually right with Yah inside is what matters to me. The outward appearance is nothing. This flesh is but a shell. Okay. And once this flesh is gone and is dead and gone, my spirit is what's going to be left. Okay. And I have to make sure that my spirit is right, that my spirit is right within myself. When my flesh is gone, I have to make sure that my spirit is right and it is prepared. And so the outward appearance, taking so much time decorating and designing the outward appearance and taking so much and being so overly confident and full of self-esteem, it's pointless because your inside is still dirty. And so we must cleanse the inside of ourselves before we think that our outside looks pretty, because Yah can see right through your so-called outward beauty. He says here that beauty is worthless. There is no real value in your outward appearance. That's why there's so many different beautiful women around the world. So many different gorgeous women. Okay, but they have the most ugliest attitudes and their spirits are just dirty, just wicked. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be that way. I don't want to be that way. So what should we do as women of Yah? We should seek the scriptures and seek how Yah wants us to be, how Yah wants us to be, how we are supposed to be as far as the characteristics of the word virtuous woman and of the fruits of the Spirit. We must seek to change ourselves inwardly and be renewed. Be renewed within yourself, because trust and believe that when you're beautiful in the inside, you can grow to appreciate the outward appearance. But when you're in this walk and you feel like you just feel like you're not right within yourself, it shows on the outside. It shows. So when you're right in the inside, people can see that light. But if you're beautiful with an attitude, it shows. It shows. Everyone sees it. Especially those that are in the spirit, that are walking in the spirit. They see a beautiful woman, but they see an ugly spirit. So we as women, we have to make sure that we're working towards being virtuous, because like I said, being virtuous means being righteous. being right-minded, being honorable,